The story of Julaybib. May God be pleased with him. Once upon a time, there was a man named Julaybib, may God be pleased with him, who was one of the companions of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. But Julaybib was different. He wasn't tall or strong like other men, and some people thought he wasn't handsome. He didn't have much money either. But you know what? He had a heart full of love for Allah and His Prophet. One day, Julaybib asked the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, "Do you think the only woman I will get to marry is in Jannah, paradise?" The Prophet smiled and said, "No, Julaybib, you will get a wife in this world and the hereafter." The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, went to a man from the Ansar, the people of Medina, and said, "I want your daughter to get married." The man was excited and said, "How wonderful! What a blessing!" But when the Prophet, peace be upon him, said he was asking for Julaybib to marry her, the father was surprised. He went to ask his wife about it. His wife didn't like the idea at all. She said, "No way, not Julaybib." The mother was so upset, but when she told her daughter, the daughter had a big smile on her face. She said, "Mother, if Allah and His Messenger want me to marry Julaybib, then it is a blessing. I will marry him." And so, Julaybib got married to the beautiful young woman. They were happy together, even though people didn't expect them to be. Julaybib wasn't like other men, but his wife loved him for his heart and his faith. Not long after, Julaybib went to fight in a battle. He bravely fought and gave his life as a martyr. After the battle, the companions found his small body lying next to 7 men that he had defeated in battle. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, picked up Julaybib's body and said, "O Allah, he is from me and I am from him." He said this 3 times with love in his voice. What a beautiful story! Julaybib was a true hero, not because of how he looked or how much money he had, but because of his heart and faith in Allah. Even though people didn't think much of him at first, he became someone so special in the eyes of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and Allah. Sometimes we hear stories about princesses and knights, but this is a real life story of a man who was loved by Allah and His Messenger because of his good heart. Julaybib teaches us that true beauty comes from the inside, and we should love people for their kindness and faith, not just for how they look. Now, let's think for a moment. What's more important? How someone looks or how kind and loving they are? What have we learned from Julaybib's story?